On to our July 3rd Commissioner meeting. There are Title VI forms on the back table. If you wish to fill one of those out, you can turn it in at the auditor's office. If you'd all stand, I'd like to ask Mr. Chad Smith to lead us in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now I'd like to ask Steve Frinsmar to lead us in prayer, please.
Let's all pray together. Father God, we just thank you for today, for an opportunity to come and do business of the county here. And Lord, we ask for your presence. We ask for your wisdom. Lord, may every decision made here today glorify you, to be best for everyone here in our county. God, we thank you for the men and women that serve our county in so many ways that make things happen. Lord, we are so grateful for them. And we pray for a blessing over them. God, again, we thank you for everything, literally everything, Lord, because you are the provider of every good thing. We pray this in your son's holy name. Amen.
Thanks, Steve. You guys are mailed the minutes. Any questions, corrections?
I didn't have any.
Had one under Todd Houck's report, not just to add cattle floodgates. Make that a little more clear.
And also, it was 480 east, not 450 east.
Okay. Down there in the second paragraph. Anything else? Motion to approve is corrected.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
I'll concur. Claims. Any questions on those?
I didn't have any questions.
Nothing for me this time.
I have one. The signs for EMA. I looked up the claim. It's those emergency flashing portable towable signs that are solar powered by batteries, but is what account that come out of?
I haven't. Do you have it pulled? What number is it?
130. I don't have a locations thing in front of me, so.
It's public health.
Okay. So that's is that a grant?
It's a grant.
Okay.
8,004.
Okay, that's what it says.
So the health department is Sean Durbin.
Okay. All right. But it said EMA. That's why I thought it came through Brad. And those didn't jive.
Yeah, it didn't. Well, but it does say signs for EMA, so.
That's why it jumped out at me.
Oh, yeah, always. Always ask. Is that all you need?
Nope, that's good.
Make a motion to approve the claims.
A second.
I concur. Payroll.
I'd move to approve.
Second.
And I will concur on that. Todd Houck, Highway Department.
Good morning.
Morning.
County, I need to report that it was out basically with storms this weekend. It was out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pretty much out for public safety, clearing roads. I don't know that my fellow probably blow it out on storm damage where we cut a branch off the road and put it back in the property owner's road because it was their tree. So so I'm sure my phone will be blowing up when we're coming back to clean up. And that is their tree, so the county will just take care of public safety. I do have some leaners that are out there that have been uprooted that are lodged in another tree. We're going to be getting a hold of Cameron to come over, take care of those, address it, because it could be a public safety problem. We've been doing some fine grading out there in the county, continuing to work on bridge maintenance. Been running the bush whacker and also the bush hog for vegetation. Been spraying vegetation. Been doing some patching. We did get the jail pods cleaned up. Got that hauled away. There was some scrap that we hauled into the scrap yard. I had that receipted into the commissioners.
It looks good.
The school zone signs at South Decatur are in, put up, and are there now. The one thing I would like to bring up, I know we had some damage on 350 West in regards to the railroad project that happened in Decatur County on 40 bypass, and but anyhow, I'd like to be able to turn that over to the commissioners and Chad to seek any kind of reimbursement. I did find out that the railroad hired a sign company, got the contract, okay? They hired a sign company to do the project, okay? So I've basically been round and round with the railroad. That's where I'm at. So the sign company hired this, the railroad hired this company, and that company hired another company. So I don't know.
Well, the railroad's responsible. I mean, it's their project.
That is correct. So I put together a letter from the county. I've got contact information. I have got phone numbers for the company that got the contract and phone numbers from the one that got hired by the sign company and a phone number to the railroad. I have the document of the closure, because it was only supposed to be a 7-day closure on each side of the road. And in turn, the sign company closed down the whole road to make a road cut and created chaos. It damaged about 0.8 of a mile of road on 350 West. I've got an estimate. I had Tim put together an estimate on repaving that road, the repairs. It was 60% good, okay, per our Pager rating. So I would like to see repairs from the railroad for 60%, and the county would pick up the other 40%. Okay, so I've got that information. I've also got a printout of our work log that we had to go in and repair the road on overtime. And it's got a list of the stone, man hours, equipment. So I've got all that information, but I'd like to turn that over to somebody. If you need any more additional information, I can try and get that somehow. But I think the FRA needs to be contacted to seek repairs. Lastly, I have with me today Andy Siding with John Deere to answer any questions in regards to the road graders.
Okay, Andy,
Yes, sir.
my question, I guess, is if we were to buy these graders today, the graders we have,
Correct.
what is the buyout cost, and what was the buyout cost at the end of the 3rd year lease? I understand we've had them for 9 years.
You've had them for, this will be the end of the 6th year. This will be the end of the 6th year that you have.
Okay.
You leased them for 3 years, and then they re-leased them for another 3.
Okay, so I'm wrong then, because I was told it was 6, or we've already had, this would be the end of 9 years.
No, this coming up in November will be the end of the 6th year
Okay,
on those graders.
so is the buyout now the same as it was at the end of the first term?
No, sir, because it dropped. And I don't have that number, but it dropped when we released them. When you guys released them, it dropped down to the residual that it is today.
Okay.
But that will be
And what-
171, 438, 12
That's what it'll be at the November?
Yeah, per machine in November 15th.
And if I were to buy a new machine today of similar size, what's that?
415, 243, 33.
Okay.
And in that number, it has as Todd asked for, it'll be completely under service contract for that time, for 3 years or 36 months. And it also has a 4-year, 4,000-hour extended powertrain and hydraulic.
Okay.
That's at the buyout price?
No, that's at the sale price.
The new price?
Yeah, the buyout price is just, there is nothing more on that as far as service contracts or warranty left on that machine.
Andy, if we were to buy one of those, can we do some kind of a maintenance contract?
Yes, yeah, we can do a, if you can buy one or both of these, or whatever you do, we can put a warranty. No, there won't be an extended warranty on it, because it doesn't make sense at this age, because you have to go through pull all kinds of samples for John Deere to put a warranty on it. We can go to an outside company, but we've not had really good success with them. We can do a service contract, yes. It's just it's a per hour, whatever you tell us. Say we want, if you think, we look at it and say, hey, we put 700 hours or 600 hours a year on it, we'll put a service contract. We can tailor a service contract for your needs on that going forward if you buy those.
So what's the availability on the new ones? I mean, how much lead time you need?
To get them, and I looked at this, and this is a moving target. If we order them soon, we can have them by the time they come in. If not, if you guys order them, if you order new ones, and they do not come in time, and it's no fault of ours, it's a supply issue, we would work out, we would make an agreement with you folks somehow to keep these 2 graders until the new ones came in. Granted, it's not 6 months after, middle, but when I saw them, it was, we're gonna come in, if we ordered them in June, they're supposed to come in October, so I can't see them going real far out. So, but if it happened to go, December, January, we would work with you guys and make it to where your graders, you'd always have graders until your new ones came in.
If we chose to purchase one or both of these existing graders we have, would Deere be able to finance?
I will need to contact John Deere Financial on that, because we've never had a municipality finance. They won't lease them. They won't release them. I'm sure they can come up with something. I'm not for sure on, and I have to get with our financial rep to see what they can do. What kind of term would you be thinking on that, so I can tell them?
I would think another 3 years, if we could finance them over 3 years.
What's our current lease payment? What are we currently paying to lease them?
I think it's, do you know that, Andy?
It's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of like $43,000 a year, I think, per machine.
Machine, yeah, it's about
I was thinking
about 86 something or 88.
Yeah, I think that's what it was when we released them. I don't have the exact number, but that's close.
That's right, and it's under 100,000.
Yes, it is.
And that was my bad on the 9 years, so
No, it's okay.
I apologize for that.
Well, we have 100 in lit for road graders, correct?
Correct.
I don't know if these graders don't have a huge number of hours on it, and I think the life of, if we bought them and financed them for 3 more years, because they won't lease them, our lit payment will come close to, if you wanted to purchase both of them, but if if we need to take that under advisement, do a little figuring, we can. We got some time. but-
Are there any mechanical issues, any issues with the two current ones that we have?
No,
So everything's still, I
I mean,
mean,
if anything, we take care of the tires, the county does, batteries. But
And they've been under service
Yeah.
agreements, so.
then John Deere services,
Yeah.
there's quite a bit of service on that.
Your big expense is probably gonna be tires. Should be tires, should only be tires on that machine.
We probably did replacement blades too, cutting edge. The tires are part of the issue. I know tires went up. I know my maintenance guy told him that the guy came in about truck tires, and a front tire on those tri-axles now is around $800 just for one tire. So
What is the service life hours wise on a grader? I have no idea.
10,000. Looks like we're putting 291 on a year, hours on one, and 388 on the other, average.
So we have 7,000 left.
I didn't do the math because I based that on 9 years. That's-
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I got it. A little over 400 for
Yeah.
one and just under 600 for
About
another.
500 an hour.
Because we asked them, when we released them, one machine had considerably more hours than the other one. And we had asked them at the time when they released it, in order to keep it under with the service contract and everything, to try to flop them and use the lower hour one more,
Yeah.
catch it up on before they release, so you wouldn't be so lopsided on the lease, make sure you didn't go over on your hours.
So in this lease, how many hours are allowed a year?
1,000.
1,000, okay, so.
That's the minimum that John Deere, that's the lowest John Deere lease amount that John Deere
Okay,
Financial.
so we're
You're way under.
under
Way
that.
under.
so-
But it really wasn't the lease number I was worried about, it was the PM contract, so we could make sure we could get it. Because when we redid it, you had enough money saved up, but you didn't meet your hours. We just extended your PM contract versus charging you a new one. So we just extended it in order to keep it underneath there to save money. That's why I asked them to switch it so they would not go over 3,000 hours or more.
So if we maintained the 500 hours a year that we've been maintaining basically for the last 6, you're talking another 14 years of service life before they were at their 10,000.
Yeah, I think we're good for another 3 anyway.
Yeah, I'm just, I mean, big numbers. I mean, we want to trade in or resale at a rate where they're still worth
Have something, yeah, have
Right,
some
so-
value. That's what I would lean to. I mean, lean toward. It's just buying these if they'll finance them.
I will,
If you can find that out.
I will find out and get back to Todd.
Yeah, finance
It will not be today. 'Cause they're
Oh, I'm
gonna-
sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
and cost for that service agreement.
I'm sorry.
The cost for the service
So you
agreement.
you want me to give that cost for another additional 3 years for
Yeah.
this on PM?
Yeah, that'd be good.
And then if we did decide to purchase these, are you thinking that we may keep them for another 3 years, 6 years?
3 at least.
Yeah.
I mean, then we'll,
So at the end of that 3 years.
Reevaluate in 3.
yeah.
And we'd be looking at another lease, okay? Would you guys buy those then after that?
Oh, yeah.
They'd have trade value,
they
yes.
say,
Yeah, I think that's a good direction to go with the hours.
Yeah, as low as those hours are.
And there is, I looked at it, there is, I mean, I didn't pull any oil samples or anything, but there is not.
No, no, I've climbed all over them Saturday, so.
Yep, so if you can get those numbers for us, and then we'll talk about it again at the next meeting.
Yeah, the only thing we'll have to set up is, I don't know what yours, when you guys meet, but that'll be due on it'll have to be taken care of on, I think, by the 15th of November. So if we have to do the meeting before that, or whoever signs paperwork, however, that's the only thing we need to do. The PM contract's no big deal, that's just,
Yeah.
that's on us. But
Yeah, if you can have us something back this month. We can talk about it in August and
Yeah.
I'll take care of
Like
it.
I said, I'll send notes to our financial reps from John Deere. Like I said, I know they're not working today, so I'll have to, it'll be the end of the week Friday before they get it to me, then I'll forward it on to Todd and we go from there.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming down.
You guys have anything for me?
We're going to open asphalt bids at 8:30, so
Okay.
we're not going anywhere. Kenny? Morning.
Morning.
Since our last get-together, I was here for 4 days out of the 10. I had 20 inspections on my 4 days. Krista had 20 inspections on the 6 days that I was out. We had 14 new building permits and plan reviews. Had one red tag stop work order, had no permit, property owner was home, and he showed me that the posts were on cinder blocks and not in the ground. It was a portable chicken coop, so I had to retract that red tag. I got a call from a property owner in Bernie. They said they had heard we were about to send cleanup letters, and they wanted to know if they were on the list. I told them as long as they keep the property clean, they would not be on the mailing list. And I got a complaint on my desk this morning that I saw. Filled out, and I haven't investigated it real close, but I do remember seeing that they wanted me to send a letter to the house that's in Clarksburg. So I'll have to get on that. They haven't taken care of. Angie from the health department had a complaint already put together, some information for me to look at. I haven't really dove into it yet, but I gotta get on that. And that's the plan, how to get some stuff done.
Have the Smiths contacted you all on, contacted you at all on 850 South? They contacted the commissioners, or Patty, I think, contacted Patty last week. Not the property tenant, but the property owners. So they've received Chad's letter, and they're going, oh, well, he's working on it, so.
I went out there Saturday and I saw little to any change in how it's looked.
No, I drove by probably, it's probably been 2 weeks ago, maybe a little more than that, and it's,
Say the complainants called me probably 2.5 weeks ago and said nothing's changed, it was actually getting worse. So my thought on the thing is that we proceed forward with Chad. Kenny or Chad or I or whoever can call the Smiths and advise them if they can have the situation taken completely care of prior to their court date and bring in proof, and we can cancel the court date prior to their going, but I don't know that we need to take a step back.
No, if you were going, you can't get farm equipment through the road right now. There's maybe 10 feet of clearance from the junk on one side to the junk on the other on the county road.
And there's been no contact from any of the Smiths from the beginning to now, right? So it took the attention of the county attorney to get any contact at all. My opinion is we just move forward as we are. We can make contact, we may call mom and dad and say, hey, we're still gonna proceed to move forward. If Chad's got a date, I don't think we've even got a date where we've filed anything with the court yet, do we?
No, I sent them a notice of suit letter that told them, I forget what the deadline I put on them was, but they had until X date to remedy the situation and have Kenny sign off, or we would file the lawsuit, and this is what would happen. I think it's set here, the due date's going to come up in the next week or so. I'd have to go double check it, but I'll wait until that date comes to file the lawsuit. Like
Yeah.
I told my book.
No, that's perfect. We'll just proceed as we have been.
yeah, I think so. Have you made any progress on the Bernie situation?
No, I gotta get them letters sent out. I haven't done any, I was only like 4 days last week, or 2 weeks ago, and then we went on vacation. I got to see all 4 of my 5 kids, though.
Well, that's good.
The week I was there.
Okay, so you're gonna get those letters out this week
Yes,
then? Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
Anything else for Kenny?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Sheriff?
Good morning.
Morning.
Morning, Bill.
As I laid out in the email to you last week, we had an unfortunate accident where one of our deputies was involved in a one-vehicle crash. In our plans for rotation of vehicles, that vehicle was supposed to have lasted at least one more year. So it's kind of thrown our rotation into a little bit of chaos. So the insurance payout on that vehicle was $28,325. We sold a Tahoe for $5,000, this is $33,325. I also submitted to you the email, the cost of the new Durango sitting on the lot that we can get our hands on, $47,120. So I'm short $13,795. I'm kind of seeking any help you might be able to give me at that cost to replace the vehicle.
As I recall, we had previously agreed to, I think, buy 3 vehicles. Is that where we were at
Yeah,
before?
correct. You agreed to buy 3, and then I agreed to buy 2 out of commissary.
Mhm.
We've already purchased 1. We've got another one ordered that should be here late August, early September.
Mhm.
So we're trying to build a commissary fund to pay for that vehicle as well.
Where are you as far as your fleet goes in general, with as far as having a backup vehicle or anything like
We're
that?
kind of using bubble gum and duct tape right now, to be honest. At your last meeting, you okayed the selling of one of our 4
Mhm.
Explorers. We have since found a transmission for that. We can get the rebuilt transmission purchased and installed for $3,000. So we're going to go ahead and do that and pay out of the commissary to keep that vehicle on the road for another year as well. So I'm scrambling a little bit for vehicles, to be honest.
Okay.
And any help you'd be able to give me, I would very much appreciate it.
I don't have any ideas on where that money could come from.
He's got a pretty big hat if he wanted to pass it around. He wears a pretty big
You said I
hat.
got a big head?
No, hat. Hat. The hat is big. How it fits on your head, I don't know. Janet, any ideas? Got any magic funds down there?
Magic funds, no, I know there's several things in the commissioner's budget that's earmarked, but we haven't discussed, which we haven't obligated or we're thinking to obligate.
Our vehicle fund is basically 0 at this point, correct?
Past 0.
Yeah.
I could take this out of commissary at this point in time, but I may come back and that other vehicle
Right.
arrives and put my hat in my hand, so to speak.
Till it comes, yeah.
Yeah.
How much do we have? I know we paid for the salary study out of plans and implementations.
That's my understanding, was that 44 or 45?
Yeah.
So that brings it down to probably about 25.
I thought we were paying half this year.
Yeah, we're gonna
next
pay
year.
half this
Yeah.
year and half next.
23.
Yeah.
And does this include the equipment transfer? Is that gonna be an additional cost, or?
It will not, we're gonna be able to salvage most of the police equipment out of the direct vehicle. So I will pay for the installation, and if there's any additional purchase we have to in case it's broke, I'll take care of that out of commissary.
Why don't you take this out of commissary till your new one comes, and when the new one gets here, why, we'll deal with what we gotta deal with then. I like kicking the can down the road.
Is there a reason why it was a truck, right?
Correct.
Is there a reason why you went with or you're looking at a Durango versus another truck?
There are no trucks on the lot anywhere at this point in time.
Gotcha.
Order it, and then it goes to the first of the year. It's a supply and demand thing.
I got you. Yeah, I didn't know if there was a particular reason that you were looking that way or not.
That's This is the only vehicle that we can find.
Do you know when you might be hit with that next invoice for the other vehicle that you have on order?
Again, we're anticipating late August, early September.
If you pay for this one now, do you have any idea how much we're going to have to come up with if we have to cover the one in late August, or help you cover the one in late August?
The commissary revenue and expenses fluctuates. I can't give you a hard number. I'd like to tell you we could cover the commissary, but I don't want to tell you that and be wrong.
Right.
And honestly, I am okay with paying this current commissary now and dealing with the new car when it gets here, if we need to.
Yeah, I think that's fine for now. It gives us time to try to find something if we need it.
I think plans and implementations is probably the only spot that we have anything that's even close to being available for that kind of thing. I think your email was right on that, Bill.
Well, and again, this helps. I'm going to split that between commissary and the P&I if that helps.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let's just pay for it out of plans and implementation, and then lets his commissary build.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we either pay it now or we pay it later down the
Yeah.
road. Somebody's paying for it. Because I think from my recollection of the numbers, we can cover that out of plans and implementations. So,
14.5, is that what it was he needs?
13,000.
13,790.
Yeah, I was gonna say 13.
13,795.
And that's brand new, right?
Correct.
And you're covering all of the other equipment install and all that.
Correct, I will cover that.
All right, I'm fine with paying it, so I'd make the motion then to go ahead and pay for the Durango for $13,795 out of plans and implementations.
A second.
And I'll concur.
Thank you very much.
Patty?
Or the bids.
Yep, go ahead. That way you don't have much time to talk.
All right. Thanks a lot. The hiring update for June, we hired 6 part-time employees, more or less seasonal. 1 in the clerk's office, 1 for the health department, 2 in the visitor center, and 2 for the parks department. Full-time positions, 1 for animal control, 1 for courthouse security, 3 for the detention center, and 1 for 911. So a total of 12. Recycling, we participated in the recycling again, and that was June 10th. So that involves some more electronics and some more paper. And thanks again to Jake Bauer, who took care of those items for us. The only other thing I have is a shout out to the commissioners and council and those on the fair committee for all of their hard work on the upcoming fair. The Cave County Fair is July 13th to the 19th. They've done a lot of hard work out there and improvements to the fairgrounds. So there is a schedule of events on the back table if anybody wants to take one of those. And then I'll probably email those out so that those in the county can have the schedule, see what's going on, and they can share those with their friends and family. That's all I have.
One thing, on shredding, I was told that the next time we have stuff in the basement to shred, we need to call and have the shredding truck come here directly. Government stuff is not supposed to be transported and stored off-site. So, whenever you think we have enough down there, we just need to have the truck come here, back up down there and do it on-site.
Who do I contact?
Mandy Creech.
Mandy.
Mandy? Okay. Candy?
All right. Have a bid down there? Todd, I'm gonna let you open these. A couple of them. There's an opener.
Let me open them.
You need to do something.
Well, I was looking for a rest today.
Maybe tomorrow.
Huh?
Maybe tomorrow you can rest.
Yeah, this is.
You didn't create a tally sheet or anything for us, did you?
I'm sorry?
You didn't create a tally sheet or anything for us, did you?
No,
Okay.
I didn't have anything to do a talent sheet. This first one here is from Paul Rowe Company for the Community Crossing Grant, and First and Applied. You need me to read off all these roads for the Community Crossing Grant?
Just a total for the community crossing grant. An extra pen, Patty. Mine just went dead. Thank you.
The total for 1 through 6 projects was $1,545,074.36.
Okay.
And the Furnished and Applied, it looks like it's just, that's all just broken down. So, is that what you want looks like it's got the number 9 binder at $90 a ton. Number 9 surface at $92 a ton. Number 11 surface at $92 a ton. The tack at $4 a gallon. On milling and patching, it's got the number 9 binder hot mix, $180 a ton. Number 9 surface hot mix, $185 a ton. Number 11 surface hot mix at $185 a ton. And the tack at $4 a gallon. The milling cost line item is $8 per square yard. And then the hot and cold mix, FOB, number 9 surface is $70 a ton. Number 11 surface is $70 a ton. Number 9 cold mix, $150 a ton. And the number 11 cold mix is $150 a ton. That would be Paul Rowe.
Does he have the Form 96 in there?
Do what?
Is there a Form
Yes.
96 in there?
Yes, I believe so.
And bid bond.
Yeah, Form 96 is in here. Is there anything else we need to?
Bid bond.
Sorry?
I said, just make sure they got the bid bond.
This will be DC Construction Services. It looks like they got their Form 96. So that is in here. Let's see if we got a total. This would be for the community crossing, the 6 projects. And it looks like they are at 2,015,323.24. Okay, and then on the first and applied, hot mix, looks like number 9 binder is at 120 a ton. Number 9 surface is at $110 a ton. The number 11 surface is at $110 a ton. And the tack is at $15 a ton.
That's gallons. Should be gallons.
Or, I'm sorry, a gallon. This is my first time. Milling and patching. Looks like the number 9 binder hot mix is 155 a ton. The number 9 surface hot mix is 121 a ton. Number 11 surface hot mix is at 119 a ton. And the tack, $15 a gallon. Hot and cold mix, FOB, number 9 surface hot mix is 104 a ton. Number 11 surface hot mix is 104 a ton. And the cold mix is at 220 a ton. Or number 9 cold mix, 220 a ton. And number 11 cold mix at 220 a ton. Okay. It looks like they, I don't know what I'm looking for. This is a bid bond, so it is included in here.
That's Form 96.
I'm sorry?
And that's Form 96 underneath of it.
Yes. So that was DC Construction.
Road Construction did have their bond also.
And we have Dave O'Mara. On the community crossing grant, on all 6 projects, O'Mara is at $1,324,641.62. Hot mix furnished and applied, number 9 binder, $90 a ton. Number 9 surface, 95 a ton. Number 11 surface, $100 a ton. And the tack is at $3 a gallon. Milling and patching. Number 9, binder, hot mix, $175 a ton. Number 9, surface hot mix, $180 a ton. Number 11, surface hot mix at $185 a ton. And the tack is at $3 a gallon. On the line item of milling cost, it's $75 per square yard. Hot and cold mix FOB. Number 9 surface hot mix, $60 a ton. Number 11 surface hot mix, $65 a ton. Number 9 cold mix, $70 a ton.
So number 9 cold mix was $70 a ton on the hot and cold mix FOB?
Yes.
Okay.
And number 11 cold mix, I would say be $70 a ton. And they got a price there for tack, it's at $3 a gallon. They do have the bid bond. And they have the Form 96. That was Dave O'Meara. I'll take that one. Thank you. Then we have Globe Asphalt. Looks like on CCMG, all 6 projects, $1,60648.42. And for the first and applied, number 9 binder, $82 a ton. Number 9 surface, $87.50 a ton. Number 11 surface, $88.50 a ton. And the tack at $3.50 a gallon. Milling and patching, number 9 binder, hot mix, $82 a ton. Number 9 surface hot mix, $87.50 a ton. Number 11 surface hot mix, $88.50 a ton. And the tack at $3.50 a gallon. Milling cost, line item is $12 per square yard. Hot and cold mix FOB, number 9 surface hot mix, $68 a ton. Number 11 surface hot mix, $73 a ton. Cold mix, number 9, number 11, no bid. And Form 96 is here, and the bid bond is here. So it looks like we had 4 bids.
Just put them back in the envelopes, if you would, so they don't get stirred. Let Chad review them to make sure that, I said we'll let Chad review them,
Okay.
to make sure everything's in order.
So since it's my first time, also, how does the milling cost work? I know it's per square yard, but is that if they go out and mill the road, they charge that price per square yard that they pull out? And how much milling are we doing?
Well, normally on the community crossing grant,
Community crossing grant's separate than this is like for bridge repairs and road cuts.
Yeah.
Community crossing grant is figured in the price.
Okay, and the others are just for side?
yeah, just for instead applied stuff. So say, for example, we did on 220 Southwest, okay, down by Harris City, we put in 3 pipes as a maintenance repair, and there was 3 different road cuts. We put that pipe in, harnessed it in, then packed it down with 53s. And what they do is they come in and they measure the approach before, approach after, and over the pipe. They mill that out, and then they pay that hot mix.
So when, for me, again, I've got them in front of me, so it's made it a little easier when I start looking and comparing costs is like, so the community crossing grant row was the lowest.
No.
No, they weren't. O'Mara
I'm
was.
sorry, was the lowest.
Yep.
But their milling costs is like 5 times higher
they're
than
much
everything
higher.
else.
That's a different project, though.
Right,
So
so
that-
we're, the bid's for everything,
No.
right? No?
No.
We can,
For the community crossing
The
grant,
community crossing grant can be awarded to one company, and the FOB, Furnish and Applied, can go
to
somewhere else.
Okay. Okay.
I didn't have, hold on, which one was this? Oh, no, I did. Never mind. I missed it.
Any other questions? We'll award those, I'm assuming, award them the next meeting.
okay. And do I get copies of all those?
Once he goes through them.
Okay.
That's why you bring a bid tally sheet, and we fill that in for you, so you can review that at your leisure.
Tony, do you have the road construction down there still?
The row one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I missed some numbers when I was going through that one earlier.
For their milling a square yard.
I had that as 70, I think.
No.
Was that wrong?
Yes, I'll want copies of everything.
Okay.
We'll put those back in the envelopes.
Yes.
Okay.
Their milling cost was $8 a square yard.
Okay. I was way off then.
I did notice in the past, and some of Mark's notes, that he usually put together a spreadsheet. With all the bids in there. That's something you guys would like to do.
We would expect you to do that.
Okay.
And that goes.
At the end of the day, they need to come back to the auditor's office.
Yeah, she needs to have them.
We have to maintain them for X amount of years.
Okay.
And that's something you can put in your file cabinet.
The next thing I have are the bids for portalets at the fair. this is from Portalette Sanitation, Jamie Brown. His insurance certificate is present. His bid is $2,156.
So is that again, 2,000?
$2,156. He does have tax included in here, and that would be exempt, so his bid would be $2,100. The next one's Mazingo Sanitation. IDEM permits present. Their bid is $2,000. An insurance certificate is here. And the last one is from Best Way. Best Way's insurance certificate is present. Best Way's total cost is an in-kind contribution to the Decatur County Fair Committee, no charge. IDEM permit number 738.
And they're providing the same number of,
Yes, they were given 16 portalettes,
and what, it says they're gonna service them throughout the week as well.
cleaning all 16 units every 48 hours, 9 a.m., July 7th through July the 20th. So it looks like we'll be using Best Way. There.
Appreciate the donation.
Yes.
Do we need to vote on that?
We probably do.
Okay, I would make the motion to go ahead and contact Best Way to let them know that they won and to accept the bid for Best Way for the portalettes out at the fairgrounds.
Second.
I would concur. Board appointments. The Health Department, due to the new health mandate, requires an additional board member, which is appointed by the mayor of Greensburg, and he has suggested that we appoint Susie Johanningman. I think she's a nurse practitioner, is that right?
Yes.
So I'm assuming we need to vote on that.
Yeah, I'd go ahead and make that motion.
Second.
And I would concur. We also have a board appointment opening on the Animal Control Board. Are you guys ready to
Yes, I'm ready to
move on that?
discuss or vote, whichever one you guys want to do. With information that Ashley Huntgate is interested in doing it, I think she'd be great. I think she's passionate about it. She's gone to a number of those meetings. My only question with her would be the conflict potentially arising being a county council member as well as being on the board.
Yeah, I put some thought into that we're all on boards.
I agree. Yep, I agree. I don't think there's any major.
Council members sit on lots of boards that have that stuff goes through. I'm not sure.
That was the only
conflict is there.
downside to it, and I don't think it's a major thing that if there's something that comes up, then she can obviously abstain from taking any kind of action or vote if she has to.
Any thoughts, Danny? I mean, with Ashley being on that animal control board, I mean,
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
I think she could, I don't know, does she need to fill out a paper that's
Council
conflict of
approves
interest
budgets.
or not?
Yep.
I mean, her dad was commissioner, and she was a council, so,
Yep.
you know, I mean, we approved you guys' budgets, and she was on that too.
Yep.
She'd be good on it.
I agree.
I mean, she really would,
Yep.
detail-wise.
I'll make a motion to nominate Ashley to the Animal Control Board.
I'd second that.
and I would concur with you guys. I'll let her know. Brian, you have anything for us?
Main thing is I attended the Ready 2 meeting in South Bend a week or so ago, and they're putting final touches on that program. The state set aside $500 million this term money for a second round of the Ready grants. They said that this one is going to have the same type of match, 4-to-1 match, free private, public. Focus is going to be on stuff, infrastructure, that kind of things, rather than programming or operations. So with that being said, if there are programs that the county would like, we can take a look and see if we could, see what equipment or construction we can do to kind of help those projects. Looking at a submittal, probably early December, possibly even early next year. Bottom line is, we're going to be starting to put together projects. We do have a list of remaining projects from the first round, and we'll probably go through and assess those. When I say we, it'll be the Regional Development Steering Committee, not the authority, but the steering committee is made up of Mark has served on it, Deanna Burkhardt here, the mayor as well, and similar participants from sort of the other partner counties and cities to kind of come up with, mixed in with public input that we had in the first round of our application, come up with a list of large projects for us, how we can help manage together. The focuses, again, population growth, talent retention, childcare is something that was mentioned quite a few times. They want to increase the number of patents in Indiana, which is kind of associated with education, skilling up workers and entrepreneurs. So as that finalizes and comes out, I'll send it out to everybody. But I would just say, as you're looking at projects in the county, especially projects that have an impact beyond the county borders and in our region, keep this in mind, because it would be a good avenue for us. They are the matching also, I should emphasize that it's the portfolio of all the projects in the region. So it's not like every project has to have the 4-to-1 match. Some will wind up with 8 to 10 matches, especially if they have developers involved going into like for housing projects, we're allowed to count the value of each house built. So it's a math problem. We'd rather gather the projects first and then figure out how the match comes up.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the biggest thing. The next thing is our annual meetings, July 13th. You're all invited 9 to 11 this year. It's going to be kind of a coffee and brunch kind of situation. But I invite you to come. It's at the Regional City Hall.
Brian, did they, last time I felt like they led us to, when they said that 500 million, that there would be 10, $50 million winners. Did they go off in that direction any?
No, it's actually.
That everybody's a winner, like Pee Wee, everybody gets to take home a trophy of some sort?
That everybody was, it is a competition still. And what they did, they really want to concentrate on strategy this time, overall strategy, not just a list of projects. And we're lucky because we do kind of have a strategy based on our last regular one. We were allowed to feed projects into that overall strategy. Not all regions had that. Some of them just didn't call out for projects, and so they had just these kind of random projects all over the place. Limit, they said limit, I use quotation marks around that, is still 50 million per region.
Max.
But they were very quick to say they reserve the right to fund more if they need to. I know that was one of the issues with larger metro areas, that 50 million is not enough for them. We were very happy with 20, we wanted 50, of course, and we'll shoot for about 50. But then, yeah, they reserve the IEDC, this is food administrator, very quick to say that they reserve the right to fund more if needed. But, yeah, everybody's a little bit, and these are also not federal ARPA funds, these are just state dollars, so there's not quite the restrictions that were on the first round, which will be helpful as well.
Okay, thank you. Guys have any questions? Brian?
Nope.
Anyone else have anything? Dawn? Anything?
Leah and I both attended the Indiana Chamber Executives Association meeting at the beginning of June, which is an annual networking event of all chambers throughout the state. We have not gone public other than today to say that our chamber was selected as a semifinalist for Chamber of the Year, so we're pretty proud of that recognition.
Congratulations.
Thank you, and we'll continue to build on that success and what we've done over the past couple of years. Along with that, the Women in Business Conference, which was held last week, was extremely successful. We had just under 200 attendees, and we're looking forward to our golf outing at the beginning of August.
Fantastic. Good work.
Hearing nothing else, entertain a motion.
Before we do, we're actually selecting the asphalt bids next meeting, correct?
Yes.
Okay. We just opened them today and we're selecting them next time.
Yes.
Okay.
Chad needs to make sure that,
Yep.
Do you take him under advisement?
yeah, Chad will have to make sure that the bonds are correct and
Okay. And I
math works out.
guess, do we need to just move to table it until next meeting?
Just motion to select,
Okay.
by them not being in an Excel format, there could be math issues, so the math will all have to be checked.
All right. So I guess I'd make the motion that we just take up the actual selection of bids next meeting.
Second.
I concur.
All right. Anything else, anybody? All right.
For me.
Motion to adjourn.